stop what you're doing. Tempo is the key. A big warm welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking tempo. I did a video a few weeks back on timing. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. But today tempo is the one that I would like to share with you my thoughts on how to derive your tempo. Because back in the day, there was a very famous TV program in the UK, Des O'Connor Tonight. They had Jimmy Tarbuck on there, and he talked about the rhythm, the tempo in a golf swing, thinking about Severiano Ballesteros as a way to find your tempo. He sort of plays golf a bit more like James Hunt. And so it was really interesting to hear that kind of analogy. And it was really the first time I must have been 14, 15 years old, and first time of analogy of thinking about someone's tempo. Tempo, as far as I'm concerned, really you're referencing the syllables in those names. The syllables are the accelerators, the point where you feel the golf swing accelerate. And often golfers don't really know what's accelerating when. They know the club head wants to accelerate, but when does it accelerate? And we've all heard many, many times, down at the bottom of the ball, that's where we want to feel the acceleration. And when people talk about tempo, they really talk about the transition phase, don't they? They talk about the transition phase being nice and slow, and then down at the bottom, that's where you're going to see the acceleration. Well, everybody moves a little bit quicker. Everybody moves a little bit slower. And golf swings, depending on the style of the golf swing you have, will ultimately dictate when you are able to accelerate. Now, if you are someone that has a club face that is coming into the golf ball closed to the face to path, so someone that has a ball line that has more of this big bend to the left, and let me get TrackMan to deliver that number. I'll put it on the screen there for you. When you see a face to path value 12, 13, 14, 15, they are the style of golfer that really need to have acceleration up at the top. Because when you create acceleration up at the top, you've got more chance to get the handle above or get the handle in front of the club head, which will make you offset that closed face to path. And you can see that ball now bends out to the right. If you're a closed face to pather, having acceleration down at the bottom of the golf swing would accentuate that closing of the club face and make you hit it more left. If you're someone that has a slice swing, I can hear all of you leaning into the TV. For those of you that have a slice swing, you want to have more speed down at the bottom of the golf ball. If your face is wide open, coming into strike, and you pull hard at the top, it makes your problem worse. It will make you hit the ball even further right. So what you need to see is a softer transition and more speed down at the bottom of the ball to make the ball go straight. Not bad. So the tempo, which is the accelerometer, when do you accelerate your golf swing? So that is the first marker. And invariably, as golfers, you can relate to the accelerator in the handle. The other accelerator is the feet. Now, if you've checked out a few of my videos, I've talked about how the feet work. I would actively encourage you to go check out the videos on that, because really how the feet work through the swing is another way of you feeling another accelerometer, because when you're moving the club quickly, we also want to move the body quickly. So transition and strike really give you an opportunity to feel where the handle should accelerate. So to recap, if you are a slicer of the golf ball, you're looking for speed down at this bottom point of the golf swing, down through impact. If you are a hooker of the golf ball, you're looking to have more acceleration through the top phase of the golf swing. And so you can see the two shots that I've hit where I've accelerated down at the bottom. If I was a slicer, I would hit it left. If I was a hooker of the golf ball, I accelerated at the top and I hit it right. I offset the shape that gets me into trouble. As I say, that deals with the downswing and impact. As far as takeaway is concerned, the accelerator away from the club, from the golf ball, is very much trying to get the head and the handle moving away together. And look, there's a number of ways to do that, but suffice to say that if I've got something lighter in my hand compared to heavy end at the bottom, whilst I'm trying to get both of them to move away together, you can appreciate I'm going to need to put more energy in the head to get it to move away at the same rate as the handle than simply trying to make them feel like they move away together. So the sensation is that you're actually going to have to feel like the club head is going to have to accelerate slightly quicker. In the virtue of trying to get it to all collect itself to the top, as you take the golf club away, the faster you take the golf club away in takeaway, the slower you're going to be in transition. The slower you take the golf club away, the faster you can be in transition. So thinking about the Severiano Ballesteros, the Severiano is the fast takeaway, the Ballesteros is the acceleration on the way down. So you want to think about when you want to accentuate the name is tied in with the acceleration of the golf club. Because ultimately, whether you accelerate with the handle or the head, which is what you do, it's not what I'm asking you to do, it's what you do, will tie in with the shot shape that you see. So if you are a slicer of the golf ball, when you take the golf club away, the faster you take the golf club away, the slower in transition you'll be, and therefore the more chance you'll have of really unloading the golf club down at the bottom to help you not hit a slice. The more you're a hooker of the golf ball, the slower you need to be away from the golf ball to pull it hard to offset the closed club face. So tempo, which is really where the speed comes into the golf swing, is dictated by the shapes that you hit in the sky. As I say, it's a good way of remedying the shots that you see. Ultimately, you're trying to patch over fundamental flaws that people are trying to use as, oh, you're a bit quick on that one, oh, you're a bit slow on that one. Because what they see is you hitting shots in front of them, and then they pick up on what you did differently. Again, for me, I think it's fictitious. I think they've just thrown, oh, you're a bit quick on that one. You never hear someone say, oh, you're a bit slow on that one, do you? But tempo is one of those ingredients that does fluctuate when you're playing good and bad golf. If you understand where you need to lean with your tempo to help the bias of the bend in the sky that you have, it might just make you play a little bit better. I think you'll find that's good coaching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.